Running money up to a whole nother level. Hustle, I don't know no better. When I got richer, these got bro, call me slow, 6 racks on a sweater. My think I'm cheating, I'm just chilling with the fellas. Grandma always told me never trust these. Spent 60 racks on the camouflage bells. Duke diamonds on me, I'm a blue devil. 2 twin on me, Hessel and Gretel. I'm nothing like them, I put paper over pleasure. I used to want to imp, now I got self. If it's about money, then you know it's whatever. If it's about money, then you know I'm on it. These be hating no glitz, I don't it. Can't take my chain, ain't nothing like homie. South Middle Spanish red, most want it. Hold up, let me switch the flow. Just like a baker, yeah, I'm addicted to dope. This a cold word, yeah, keep a in my coat. Money hungry, yeah, trying to give me some more. On our pack, this ain't. I'm talking down on glitz, I like he ain't the go. If you don't agree, ask the streets and yeah. This 5 air, you already know. Already know how it go. Already know I got on go. Money calling, gotta go. You gotta go if you play or you troll. Freshest on the globe. Got trying to snatch out my soul. Running back pockets on swole. Young, got a whole lot of zeros. Running money up to a whole nother level. Hustle, I don't know no better. When I got richer, these got bro, call me slow, 6 racks on a sweater. My think I'm cheating, I'm just chilling with the fellas. Grandma always told me never trust these. Spent 60 racks on the camouflage bells. Duke diamonds on me, I'm a blue devil. 2 twin on me, Hessel and Gretel. I'm nothing like them, I put paper over pleasure. I used to want to imp, now I got self. If it's about money, then you know it's whatever. If it's about money, then you know I'm on it. These be hating no glitz, I don't it. Can't take my chain, ain't nothing like homie. South Middle Spanish red, most want it.
Just a few blocks down the street from the state capitol in Indiana, it's Lucas Oil Stadium, downtown Indianapolis, the home of the Colts. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Indianapolis Colts. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. That is Jake Elliott getting this one started. Off we go from Indianapolis. And this is going to end up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball up to the 40-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. He'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And a good run there. He'll get him 5 yards.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 4. Shotgun now for Jones. Reed Blankenship at the tight coverage and comes up with the defensive play. It's 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Jones. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and they have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as the defense nowhere to be found. They picked up 20 on 4th down.
34-yard line.
Now a play fake. Jones. He'll look deep for Pittman. And he will be taken down, but there is a penalty flag down. A silly penalty may erase the turnover. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Working from the gun, it's Jones. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And he's into the end zone. What a start. Alec Pierce. Touchdown, Indy.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back. Even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan, everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1, you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. Here comes Will Shipley on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. At the
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Moving to his right. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation. And instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity, but with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They're indeed going. It's Hurts. That's going to be caught. And he's going to have the Eagles' 1st down. How about that for a big play on 4th and 10? They get almost exactly what they needed to keep this drive going. Here's Barkley. And he is planted backfield. Defenders crashing through. Blow up that play behind the line.
Back at the 30-yard line.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
On 3rd down, here's Hurts. That's caught left side by Goddard. They hook up again. 2nd time on this drive. And this one's good for 18 yards. And a 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important. Like everybody stresses, we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
On the run to the right. He'll get rid of it and complete it. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 30.
Again, Hurts. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And he's close to another 1st down. He's brought down just shy of the marker. From the 21, here's 2nds and a couple. From out of the gun, they give it to Barkley. He's taken down just shy of the 10. It's a gain of 10 yards. 1st down, Philadelphia.
Eagles, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Now Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game. But I like in this case, the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back.
And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. Here's Jake Elliott for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Eagles move out in front by a point. It's 7-6.
Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Ashton Doolin now to return it. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
23-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Jones. And this one is caught by Pierce. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
38-yard line.
Here we go, set.
They'll toss this right side to Taylor. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second and a yard.
Let's go. Cowboy 80.
A run with Taylor. Touch there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third.
Oh, he tried to swing it outside, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles have excellent field position as they take over right at midfield.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
Great.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He's going to air this one out. A whole lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved a touchdown along the way.
And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. A big-time play with Hurts and Brown. It's a gain of 34.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Off the play fake, Hurts. The pressure gets there, and he goes down. A sack that should be the final play of this first quarter.
Loss on the play.
A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. It's the Eagles with the early advantage. We'll come back to Indianapolis in a moment. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Flush to his right. Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down.
Just can't seem to get anything going on every ensuing snap. They just continue to go backwards and backwards and backwards. You've got to find a way on first and second down to stay ahead of the chains so third down is not so daunting.
Third and long for Hurts. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw. And even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And that one just short of the crossbar. Couldn't quite get there. It's no good. And they'll remain out front by 1. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's first and 10. Now Hurts gonna do it himself. This is incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down. Let's see what this call is. Brown comes to get the jet sweep. And his defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
taken down.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get through. Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And back to work goes Elliott after making the field goal. He'll send this one away. On the return, it's Doolin. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll start with Taylor. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
Tackle at the 27-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Throwing now is Jones. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Throwing, Jones. He gets this one complete to Pittman. It's a pickup of 13 yards. First down, Indianapolis.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down with Taylor. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Here's Jones. Oh, an ill-advised throw there. It's an interception. Picked up by Cooper DeJean.
And these are the throws that are really holding the offense back right now. Like, he just has to make better decisions, because you're not going to win many games when you turn the ball over at this rate.
They'll fake the give. Now it's Hurts. Rolling to the left. And that is incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
I love that they continue to stay aggressive here, Mike. And that route right there, we used to call it a big 8. It's a deep post route, but the ball placement isn't exactly where it needs to be, and that's a missed opportunity.
And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. To throw is Hurts. That's to the left side and taken in by Smith. 20-yard pickup there. Good for an Eagles 1st down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the 1st down anyway.
He's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. A run with Barkley. And he nearly got free. But as it is, a gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Now Hurts. He'll get that out to Barkley. And he's going to have the 1st down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
Gain on the play. And an Eagles 1st down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They'll try to hit him with a screen. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the mark.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now in that field, there's no mistaking who it is. Come on now, that's just unfair. You're asking them to stop a fullback cold. All he needed was a couple inches to pick up the first down. Mike, I think if they run that play 10 different times, he's moving the chains.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
17 yards.
A gain of 17 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Hurts. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
On second down, Hurts. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. He's trying to find Saquon Barkley coming out of the backfield. And it's going to be third down. Hurts will try it again. Moving outside the pocket. He'll try and get there. And he will get into the end zone. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
On the return, it's Doolin. Oh, he's got room past the 30. A very good field position to start as the return is past the 40.
Hawks 70, Hawks. Ready? Hawks 70, Hawks, go.
Jones now on first down. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
At the 43-yard line.
Let's go. Check out.
Working from the gun, it's Jones. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted.
And at this point on the sideline, Mike, it just has to feel like deja vu. I mean, really, the last two drives, same story. Continuing to drive, have something brewing, and then you just stall out in the exact same fashion. You can't put the ball in harm's way. You're not going to win a lot of football games if you do.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10.
No touch, set. No touch.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Taking a shot downfield for Smith. That one broken up. It is incomplete. He tried the shot on first down. Couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down.
Cameron line up there defensively.
No touch, set. 181. No.
A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He's going to try it here again. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. Two incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to third down and 10. Again, working deep downfield. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered, and that is how this first half will come to an end. Third quarter set to commence, and we're back underway here on EA Sports. Here is Shipley on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
Return. The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Great, set.
On first down, it's Hurts. Off he goes.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his first and second read, but what they failed to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
Second down, zone read, and he keeps it.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
That's taken in left side by Smith. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up fourth down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
And he's going to have an Eagles first down as he pushes forward for a couple on fourth and inches.
First and 10 at the 30.
On play action, here's Hurts. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They've got him.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
A gain of 14 yards brings up third down.
To throw is Hurts. That's right side. He's got Calcaterra. 11 yards on the connection there. Good for an Eagles first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, they got the first down.
47-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
Second and 7. Once again, it's Barkley. They managed to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. Zaire Franklin that time there for the tackle. Here's a third down and 4.
Third down.
Great, set.
To throw, Hurts. That's taken in. Calcaterra's got it. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Gain of 37.
It is a big play for the Eagles. 37 yards.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Hurts now. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
If he's able to get the ball out of his hand on time, that's probably a completion, but there's a little hesitation for one reason or another, and by the time he lets it go, he has a defender back.
And he's in! Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. On the return, it's Doolin. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line.
at their own 23-yard line.
Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
On first down, Jones. And this one is caught by Pierce. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Fake the handoff. Now Jones. That is brought in. And he will score. Alec Pierce. Touchdown, Indianapolis. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
The two-point conversion.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Sleep.
To throw. It's Jones. That is incomplete. And the two-point conversion is unsuccessful.
Well, Spencer Schrader is the kickoff for Indiana.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here is Shipley on the return. Get across the 10. That is it. They'll be backed up to start this drive.
Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Barkley. The hold closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
They're on the tackle. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
It is second and 6. He'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
And he's taken down up past the 35.
A gain of 26
A big one there on third down, good for 26 yards. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for first and 10.
Philadelphia.
On the handoff, this is Barkley. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not having it. Gonna lose a yard.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation, but now they find themselves in second and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
That'll be taken in by Barkley. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL
24-yard
on
gain
EA
on the play.
Sports.
First down, Eagles.
1st and 10.
On top, top. King, field king. Hey, let's go, let's go, let's go. Trimmer, trimmer, trimmer.
From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I'll tell you one thing, Mike, this pass rush certainly isn't the reason why they're losing this game right now. I mean, they have made their presence felt all throughout this game, and they're about a half second away from adding another sack to their total.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Great, set.
Again, Hurts. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
A 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Great, set.
Hurts again. This one is caught by Dotson. And he is very close to the 1st down, but an eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches. That's taken in, and he's going to have the 1st down. An aggressive ball there. It works out as they convert on 4th down.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
73.
To the air again. Hurts. Forced out left. He's got room to roam. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard mark. It's a gain of 19 in the air. 1st down, Philadelphia.
A gain of 19 yards. 1st down, Philadelphia.
Fake the give. Now it's Hurts. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast.
And he's in. Right out the terror. Touchdown, Eagles. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
His kick is good. Makes the score Eagles 31, Colts 12.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. On the return, it's Doolin. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
28-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down is Jones. Oh, a teardrop throw there off his back foot. It's complete. And he will dive into the end zone. 72 yards. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Throwing now is Jones. That's going to wind up incomplete. They tried for 2, and it does not pan out.
18. Spencer Schrader at the kickoff.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Here is Shipley on the return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
On first down, it's Hurts. That one down the field, but they cannot connect. And it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goedert, that time. And it'll bring up second down.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today.
Bit of a wild throw there behind his man, thus it's incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time, and it'll be third down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category, but the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away well short of the first down marker.
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, really for two reasons. One, they're confident that they can pick up the first down with yards after the catch. Two, teams' willingness to go for it on fourth down is at an all-time high.
He'll throw on fourth down with Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Fourth and short, initially, you could tell he's just trying to get this ball out of his hand quickly, just enough to move the chains. Defense did a good job taking his reads away, so he turns into a runner, puts his head down, picks up the first down, keeps this drive alive.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. First carry for the Auburn alum, Tank Bigsby. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
And the big man in the middle swallows him up right at the line of scrimmage. And I think the next time this offensive play caller decides to go to the ground game, Mike, I bet he's going to find a different place along that defensive front to attack.
Second and 10. Throwing is Hurts. That'll be caught left side. It's Goedert. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35. 6 yards. It's a gain there of 26 yards. First down.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. We don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
First down, Philadelphia.
So here's a first and 10 now, down inside the 20. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They'll drop to throw. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked off by Tarvarius Ward.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
Here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, and for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Cooper DeGee, and he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. Late in the game, a big turnover goes back the other way, a back-breaking score.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, Mike, you're just trying to make something happen. You find yourself trailing, less than 2 minutes remain. You're just taking some chances. In this case, the chances backfire, and the other team's able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. On the return, it's Doolin. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30.
29-yard line.
Jones now on 1st down. That one complete to Pierce. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts. And they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Shotgun now for Jones. Throw here down the field. Will fall incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
He'll get that one to Taylor, complete. He will get into the end zone. Jonathan Taylor, touchdown Colts. 2 touchdowns for him now in the afternoon. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Jones operating out of the pistol. And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points.
And all of us, all my people there, on what I love. Ooh, baby, we run it up.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
Good. Hey, let's go.
From the gun, here's Bigsby. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Timeout, Indianapolis. That is their 2nd. And they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play.
38-yard line.
Good.
Hurts. The blitz overwhelms the offensive line, and down he goes.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in the 3rd.
The pressure gets there again, and again he goes down.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
And this will work out well. Touchdown by the special teams unit right at the 10-yard line.
10-yard line.
Here's first down. From the gun, it's Jones. He'll dump this off to Taylor. Complete. The Colts will signal for their third and final timeout. They'll stop it. Just over 40 seconds to go in this one.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
To throw is Jones. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
Jones going to try and throw on third down. He's got his tight end. That's one. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
That's good for the Colts. First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
It's Jones. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. He'll bring up second down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Again, they'll throw with Jones. That's the tight end, Mo Cox. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
And the Colts, first down.
Here we go. One final play. The outside, hauled in by Pittman. And he's going to go out of bounds with no time remaining on the clock. This game is over. So it's a win here for the visiting Eagles. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.